Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is a gentle morning flow, so just some sweet movement to help you wake up and get ready to start your day today. So whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. All right, let's begin today in our child's pose. So starting from hands and knees, begin to take your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Let your big toes come together to touch, and then gently rock your hips back towards your heels. Now, it does not matter how low the hips go. Maybe they're hovering today, maybe they drop down. But wherever you are, let your chest start to melt down now, arms reaching forward and forehead coming down, perhaps touching the earth. Let's take a few moments here, letting this be a transition between sleep and wakefulness. So we want this to be really gentle. We want to wake up slow, so we're not shocking the body into movement this morning. While you're here in your child's pose, can you feel your breath really expansive through your belly, your back body? As you inhale, feeling that stretching of the breath. As you exhale, feel this natural release, feeling your body relax into the mat. Just one more here for now. Big breath in through your nose. And slow breath out through your nose. Now with your next inhale, start to rise up. Bringing your hands just underneath your shoulders now. Knees will come underneath of your hips and feet will separate. Let's find a nice flat back as you look slightly forward and lift your belly button towards your spine. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades back. Let your heart lift, maybe even look up. And as you exhale, reverse that action. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, start to round your spine. Now from that rounding of your spine, start to shift your hips back towards your heels, coming towards that child's pose shape. We're going to put that all together with the breath. So as you inhale, rise up, find your cow pose, little arching of the spine. And then exhale, round into your cat pose and shift your hips towards your heels. Let's keep that going. Inhale to rise up, lift your heart. And exhale to round and shift back. Let's do about 3 more at your own pace here. Really starting to link your breath with your movement. So using your inhale to bring you forward, feel that stretch through your chest. And then exhaling to stretch through the back and get heavy through the hips. One more here, inhaling to rise up. Exhaling to round and sit back. Beautiful. This time we'll inhale to rise up into that cow pose. As you exhale, round towards your cat and then start to wiggle your hips side to side. You can make this movement big or small, whatever feels best for your body. Then with your next inhale, start to rise your chest. Keep that wiggle of the hips. Maybe start to get the shoulders a little bit more involved. As you exhale, round your spine. Keep that movement side to side. Inhaling through your cow and exhaling through your cat. Now maybe you stay with this, just adding that side to side movement. Maybe you want to take this into some little circles through the spine. So really moving intuitively here, whatever feels good as you wake up your body. Remember, we want to keep it gentle for now. We want to go slow as we wake things up. So move in any way that feels really nourishing to your body. But we're not finding that need to move too fast or to get too deep into these postures just yet. You've got one more breath to explore here, breathing in through your nose. And out through your nose. Beautiful. When you're ready, bring yourself back towards stillness in your tabletop position. Hands will walk forward just a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Spread your fingers wide and see how it feels to claw down through your fingertips. And then tuck your toes behind you. Start to wrap your upper arms in so that the pits of your elbows point forward. And feel those strong arms start to push away from the mat. Keep that pushing action as you start to lift your knees, lift your hips, booty all the way to the sky as you find your downward facing dog. Lovely. Let's start to pedal the heels, so bending one knee, straightening the other, and then switch. Feel that stretch through the backs of your legs, really waking up the calves, the hammies here. They might really be talking to you this morning, and they might feel pretty open, pretty ready to go. It really is going to depend on the day. So check in and just acknowledge whatever is there in your body this moment. Now when you're ready, let's lift both heels away from the mat, letting your knees bend. Keep that pushing of the hands, lifting of the hips. With the heels lifted, start to swivel those heels over to the right edge of your mat. As you do so, that right hip is going to drop down until you feel a stretch through the left side of your body. Beautiful. Inhale to swivel your heels back through center. And then exhale, heels drop to the left, drop your left hip down. Feel that stretch through your right side waist. Beautiful. Next inhale brings you back through center. This time exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Feet coming up to meet your hands, finding a forward fold as you land. Still letting the knees be bent a little or a lot. Let your upper body hang heavy. And maybe a gentle sway side to side feels good. Really, again, feeling into the backs of the legs and into the spine. We've got another full breath in here. And breath out. Hands slide up to your thighs or shins. Let's inhale for a halfway lift. As you exhale, rebend your knees and fold forward. This time your inhale will sweep you all the way up to standing, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Beautiful, centering your feet underneath your hips. Let your arms relax by your sides for a moment. As you take your next inhale, big sweep of the arms towards the sky. At the top, hook your thumbs. Take another inhale to stand taller. Exhale, baby back bend, chest opens, bringing the arms back. Then inhale, nice and tall, lifting towards the sky. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Navel hugging back as the arms come down. You got it. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Now that left foot is going to step back behind you, lowering your left knee down, set up for a low lunge. So that right knee is just about over your right ankle, letting the hips drop down, letting your heart lift away from that front thigh. Let's start by rooting down through the left hand, so maybe your own fingertips, maybe a fist, maybe a block. Take your next inhale to sweep your right arm open, turning your chest towards your right knee. Find your wingspan as you twist through your spine. Right shoulder gently pulling back, giving you just a little bit more space across your collarbones. Let's take another big inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind, bring that right hand down. Now start to shift your hips back. As you do, hands will walk back with you. Right leg will begin to lengthen. Now your choice how much you want to straighten that right leg. If you're feeling a lot of talking from the muscles today, then you might keep the knee bent. If you're feeling pretty good and you want that deeper stretch, you can start to find length through the back of the knee. Pointing the toes down towards the mat for now, lengthening your hips back, reaching your chest forward over your thigh. Full breath in. Complete breath out. We're gonna flow here. So as you inhale, rebend your front knee, bring it forward towards your low lunge. As you exhale, rock your hips back, lengthen through your right leg. Keep it going. Inhale, forward, hands are walking up with you. Exhale, hips move back, hands walk back. Twice more. Inhale, forward. And exhale back. Really waking up those hips. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale brings you forward to your low lunge. This time lift the back knee as well. Start to shift your weight all the way into your right leg, so much so that you can start to lift your left. Just hovering for a moment before you step that left foot forward next to your right and find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, arms sweep towards the sky, hook your thumbs at the top. Exhale, baby back bend, tailbone down, heart up. Inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, dive forward, find your fold. Lovely, inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, fingertips down and right foot steps back this time. Dropping your right knee towards the mat. Maybe a little wiggle of the hips here as you get yourself settled in your lunge. And then right hand will plant on the mat. Take your inhale to sweep your left arm open and find your twist. Now legs are staying the same for you here. So feet pushing down, hips hugging together so that you have all the support to really twist and open through your mid-back. Lovely. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, start to unwind that twist. As your left hand comes down, start to shift your hips back. Look for that length through your left leg. Again, check in with this left side, see how you're feeling. If you need less sensation, let the knee stay bent. If you want a little bit more of that stretch up through the back of the leg, look for some length behind the knee. Take a full breath in here and let it out. Let's start to flow with it. So as you inhale, rebend your front knee, rock forward. Exhale, hips move back as you lengthen your front leg. Keep it going at your pace, so really move with your rhythm of breath. That might be a little bit faster or slower than how I'm going. That is a-okay. Wherever you are, we've got about 2 more rounds to explore this sensation for the hips. Every time you inhale into that lunge, really lifting the heart. Every time you exhale into that hamstring stretch, letting the chest melt over your thigh. Good. Now next inhale brings you forward to your lunge. Lift your back knee. Shift your weight so much forward that you can start to float that right foot off the mat. Maybe it hovers there for a few moments before you bring that right foot forward. Step it next to your left and settle into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center this time. Beautiful. Take a moment, shake it out if that feels good. Notice how you're feeling after you've done a little bit of movement now this morning. We're going to step the feet a little bit wider than the hips now and let the toes turn out slightly. Heels will be turned in. So take a moment just to feel that grounding down through your feet. Feel supported by your mat. Let's take an inhale to stand tall. Now as you exhale, start to bend your knees, push your hips back. Chest is staying lifted, so your hands are there as a guide to keep your chest lifted towards your thumbs. As you sit your hips back, maybe you come kind of halfway down and say, that's where I want to go today. You can stay and breathe here. If you'd like, you can keep dropping the hips down, down, down towards the mat, maybe all the way until your hips land between your heels. If your booty is coming all the way down, then we're going to keep that prayer at the chest, but the elbows are now going to come inside of the knees. That way your arms can press your legs out and your legs can hug in on your arms. Just finding a little bit more activation through that outer hip. Lovely. So if you'd like to rock around a little bit here, feel free. You can always bring movement into these postures if that feels more supportive for your body today. We're just here for 2 more rounds of breath, getting some strength, some mobility into the hips, but also really feeling this energetic grounding of this pose. Coming into this day energized but centered, ready to take on the day. Awesome, we've got 1 more inhale here. Use your hands to help as you exhale, settle your booty towards the mat, come to seated. Let your feet come out in front of you. Let's keep the knees bent, but step the feet nice and wide. And then start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Awesome. So as you drop your knees from one side to the other, you might let your chest rotate along with the legs. Last little check-in with the body before we seal our practice for today and get ready for the rest of the day off of the yoga mat. Beautiful. As you feel ready, start to bring yourself back to center, back to stillness. Finding your sits bones rooting into the mat. Bring your legs into any comfortable cross-legged position. And sit up nice and tall for the last few moments of our practice together. You may choose to close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable to you in this moment. And maybe it feels nice to bring one or both hands to your heart. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Thanking yourself for showing up to your mat today, for taking this time just for you. I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Until we meet here again, be well.